Hello and welcome to the 9th season of 88 Blue. Wisconsin Lutheran College is in the middle of some exciting new projects. One of them is a collaboration of the theater department with the local group theatreRED for the feature production of Bonny and Bonny. Let's take a closer look.
So how did the collaboration between theatreRED and WLC come to be?
Oh, that's an interesting question. My wife and I just lived down the street. So we had driven past several times and seen this awesome space. And my wife worked with Optimist Theater, and she got a chance to work and rehearse here in the Robbie. And she thought, we're so close and they have such a great space. Maybe we should just go ask them if they'd be interested in working with us. And we said, would you be interested in working with us? And they said, yes, we would. We think that'd be a great idea. So it just sort of happenstance. There was no premeditation behind it.
And what do you think the students of WLC will learn from this collaboration?
Hopefully a lot. We've put a very professional crew together, including an equity stage manager, and which is the professional acting company, or acting union, I should say. And I'm actually a nationally recognized stage combat expert, so they got a chance to learn some stage combat from me, and also an aerialist named Andrea Burkholter came and worked with us. And half of the artists that work here are people that are really up and coming. They're either right on the edge of going into the professional union, or at least they've worked in a lot of professional houses. So they get to see how professional actors work in an environment, how quickly things turn around, and also the process of dealing with a playwright's new work. They've all gotten to be at all the table reads and had input in the process from the very get-go. So they've gotten a lot of good experiences, we hope. We hope.
How does the undertaking of this play differ from past WLC productions?
Well, it differs in the biggest thing. I would say, I think one of the things that makes this production different is the fact that because it's partnering with an outside group, we've got people coming together from, I don't want to say all different walks of life, but they're coming from all over. One of the things that it really is advantageous to our theater department, that for the most part, everybody's here. And as soon as you look at what happens more out in the professional or real theater world, you've got people coming from all over. And that just demands a different level of communication. It demands a different type of communication and different type of scheduling and things. And I would say that's the biggest difference.
Any other closing remarks you'd like to add?
No, other than from the show point of view, I would certainly like to add, come and see something that you will never have the opportunity to see probably before this and likely after this. It's a cast of over 20 people. There's live sword fighting and other combat happening. Many of these people, as with many shows, that these are kind of male pirates, but not this show. It's about female pirates. So we've got female pirates jumping from sails to ropes to this, and sword fighting, and going all the gamut from kind of quiet, intimate scenes that are kind of touching about what it means to encounter adventure, to actually seeing some of that adventure happen. And so I would say it's very unlikely that anything like this will be in the Robbie Theater in the near future either. So you've got 10 performances over 3 weekends to get here to see it.
Bonny and Bonny will be performed on weekends starting October 29th through November 12th. Be sure to attend. Speaking of collaborations, Wisconsin Lutheran College has teamed up with Freighted Hospital to address a very serious problem. What would we do in the event of an active shooter? We turn over to Jeremiah Lustig for more information.
How did this event come together? How did we plan out this event, and how is it going to be enacted out?
Well, the background, we've been privileged to work with the Milwaukee Regional Medical Center for at least 3 or 4 years now. This is an annual event. Every October something happens. Last year we were involved and first tested our emergency notification system. And so this year it's just that time of year when we practice for violent events. And so we asked the Milwaukee Regional Medical Center, could Wisconsin Lutheran College be a bigger player this year and have the major violent event happen on our campus, because we felt we needed to grow, get better at preparation for a violent event. And the purpose of these really is to figure out the gaps where you're not prepared. And so we had done the testing of notifications a year ago and that kind of thing. but we wanted the actual event here, and they were more than happy to have us involved at this level.
And then what do you think the students will learn from this particular event?
What the students are going to learn is just, at the very least, those that have class the morning of October 11th between 8 and 11 will give a sense of what it would look like. We will have between 30 and 40 students volunteering to be protesters, counter-protesters, victims, observers for the day, and their role is going to be, we're going to tell them, they'll be sitting out on the front curb protesting and eating bagels and cream cheese and having a cup of coffee, because it is not a real event, right? But we're going to be telling them their job is to create the visual for the rest of our campus that is getting into buildings with the photo ID only, with their Warrior One card, that is going to and from class, seeing police caution tape up, seeing pretend victims, and ambulances, fire trucks, police cars in the front circle, in the rec slot. And it's going to make it come to life for our students so that someday, if they're in a situation, they'll say, I've seen this before. What did I do then? How should I think? What did they teach me?
And why is this necessary to make it a campus-wide event? Since the entire campus is involved.
It's necessary to make it a campus-wide event because if or when the day comes that a violent event actually happens here, it will affect all of us. We are a small enough campus that everybody will be impacted. If there is a real shooter, if a real bomb goes off, if there is a real fire that is set and a building is burning, it will affect us all, and it will affect the people across the street because they'll be the ones coming to help us. And so it needs to be a campus-wide event so that all of us are thinking, how can I be prepared? How would I react? What would I do if I was right there on scene? What would I do if I'm removed and I just hear about it? It's just important for all of us to put ourselves in that position of how would I react? How would I think? How would I feel? What would I do?
If you ever find yourself in a state of emergency, remember to call 911 and public safety at 8500. Thank you for joining us on this episode of 88 Blue. Hope to see you next time.